Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to create a free VPN using your internet router. So purpose of this video is to connect to your home LAN or your office LAN through your VPN service. So in this scenario, I'm going to use my TP-link router to create a VPN server. So let's get started. So you can see this is my TP-link router, and let me log into that. Let me log into that TP-link router. Okay, so I'm logged into the TP-link router, and you can see this is directly connected to the internet with the PPOE mode. So where if you are going to configure this VPN on any of the router, make sure that router is directly connected to the internet. So if you have like your router is connected through some other router, then you must, for example, in India you have Airtel, BSNL, and other service provider. If you have this kind of connection, you always turn your service provider router into the bridge mode, and then you configure your second router, the router which we are going to configure on for the DSL. I would say that the VPN to okay. So first we go to the advanced mode. In the advanced mode, we go to the network section. In the network section, we need to create select on the dynamic DNS. In the dynamic DNS, we need to provide the dynamic DNS service name. So we have two service here. In fact, the three service here. The first is the dynamic DNS, and the second is the Noip, and the other one is you can go and register it if you do not have. So for example, you select your Noip or dynamic DNS and select on the go registered. It will take you to the login page. So I already have this Noip account, and all I need to do is just create a host name to add it here. So why I'm adding host name here is because every time I don't remember, I could not remember this. I mean the IP address of this public IP address, and it keeps changing when we reboot the router. So that's the reason we are creating a dynamic DNS here. So remember the name is always easy than the number. So that's the reason. So let's go to this no IP. So I've already logged in here. Now I have to create the account. So what I'll do is let me quickly create an account here. So this is going to be my account, my home router 989 the DDNS. Okay, so once we create the host name, we'll go back to the active names, and you can see it is showing our the name which we have created, and it's showing the current IP address which is on our router. So let's match with the IP address. So we'll go back and go to the basics and see if he's giving the same IP address. It's 89. So I'm adding the second the two octets, so 89.159. So you see what is given here, 89.159, and let's try to ping the name. So now when we try to ping the name, it will resolve the host name. So let's go the CMD ping, and then paste the IP address. Okay, here we go. So now we are pinging the name, and it's resolving the host name. That's good. This is a good sign for us. So now let us go back to the router. Okay, on the router we need to go to the advanced and network, and then we have to go to dynamic DNS. In the dynamic DNS, we need to put our username and password. Which we use to log into the noip.com, and the domain name which you have created. So we created this one. Click on the login. Says it's connecting, and okay, so this is successful. Now save the configuration. So this part is done. So now we added the DNS. So let's go back to the VPN section. In the VPN, we will configure the Open VPN server here. So click on the Open VPN, enable the VPN Open VPN server, and then you can use the TCP or UDP. I would suggest to use the UDP connection here. Ports depends on you. You can assign any number of ports. So I any number of the port, I would say, sorry. So I have selected 45061, and this is the VPN subnet mask. So when I connect to the VPN, I would get this IP address. And then say here the client access, there is a two option here. The option is home network only or internet and home net. That means if somebody connects to the internet, he should be only getting the LAN connectivity, or along with the LAN he would get the internet also. Generate the certificate. So you can, here we go. Let's see, it's telling generating certificate. So this is success now. Now we download the configuration. Okay, so you can see this configuration is downloaded now. So now we are going to install the Open VPN client on the client machine. So let us log in and first install this client. So this client will be installed on your remote PC, which is going to connect to your office network or the home network. So this is installing the TAP uh, application. This is for uh, kind of like your line, the different line card. Okay, so that installation is done. Remove that. Okay, so remember that we have downloaded the configuration on this machine. So let me connect this one. Okay, so this is the one, and we have to import the file which we have downloaded. So this is the one which you had downloaded here. So let's import this. So this import is successful. Now the option is to, now we have to connect it to the client. So let's go ahead and test. Okay, so this is my remote client machine, and now I am going to test with the connection. So let's connect it. You can see this is trying to get the IP address. Okay, wow. So this is, see, now we have successfully connected this internet. So now you can see, uh, I can see you, the status. So this is status says this is connected successfully. So guys, always remember when you are testing this connection, even at your office or home, make sure when you test the connection, you use the different internet connection to to test this VPN client. Otherwise, it will, if your client and the server in the same network, this is not going to work. Okay, let me show you how to see the status of the client on the VPN server. So I have logged into my VPN server, and we'll see how many clients are connected, and the client which is connected 10.c, what's the status. So we'll go to the advanced, and then go to the VPN, and the VPN section we have an option VPN connections. So we'll go to the VPN connection, and you can see this is the client connected here. Okay.